Here are the 3 keynotes for the motivational speech titled 7. Stand tall, speak true, stay humble. Keynote 1. Standing tall, the power of integrity and self-belief. Standing tall is not just about posture, it's about presence, the inner strength that keeps a person grounded even when the world shakes around them. It's the ability to remain firm in your values, to trust your vision, and to never let fear shrink your purpose. In education and life, standing tall means developing resilience, embracing challenges, and holding your ground when doubts try to bend you. Those who stand tall aren't arrogant, they are aware. They understand that growth demands stability, and stability comes from integrity. Keynote 2. Speaking true, the courage of honest expression. To speak true means to communicate with clarity, courage, and compassion. It's not just about saying what you think, it's about expressing what you believe in responsibly and respectfully. In classrooms, workplaces, and relationships, honest communication builds trust, fosters creativity, and dissolves fear. Speaking true is the mark of a leader and a learner alike. It requires confidence without cruelty, passion without prejudice, and truth without ego. When we learn to speak truthfully, we don't just change conversations, we change directions. Keynote 3. Staying humble, the wisdom of grounded success. Humility is not weakness, it is quiet strength. It keeps success from turning into pride and learning from becoming arrogance. Staying humble reminds us that every achievement is connected to effort, guidance, and grace. Education teaches us not only how to rise but also how to remain rooted. Those who stay humble continue to learn, continue to grow, and continue to inspire. The moment we believe we've learned everything, we stop truly learning. Keynote 2. Speaking true, the courage of honest expression. Expanded, 500 words. To speak true is one of the most powerful acts of courage a person can perform. It is more than the art of communication, it is the practice of authenticity. Speaking true means expressing your thoughts with honesty, your beliefs with confidence, and your words with compassion. In a world filled with noise, exaggeration, and pretense, the voice that speaks truth stands out not because it is loud, but because it is real. Honest expression begins with clarity of thought. Before you can speak true, you must first know what you truly believe. Education plays a vital role here. It trains the mind to think critically, to question wisely, and to understand deeply. When you are educated not just in facts but in reflection, your words carry weight. They become guided by understanding rather than emotion, by purpose rather than impulse. A person who speaks true is not simply expressing opinion, they are sharing insight built upon awareness and learning. However, speaking true requires courage, because truth often comes with resistance. It is easier to agree than to question, easier to stay silent than to stand firm. Many voices are silenced by fear of judgment, rejection, or misunderstanding. Yet, the greatest progress in human history has come from those who dared to speak when silence was safer. Whether in classrooms or communities, it is truth-tellers who spark transformation. They are not reckless, they are responsible. They do not use truth to harm, but to heal. To speak true is also to speak kindly. Truth without empathy becomes a weapon, but truth with compassion becomes a bridge. The most respected communicators are those who can tell the truth without tearing others down. They understand that honesty and respect are not enemies, they are allies. Speaking true requires balancing boldness with gentleness, ensuring that words illuminate rather than burn. In education, this principle is essential. A student who speaks true asks questions fearlessly, not to challenge authority but to deepen understanding. A teacher who speaks true inspires learners by being genuine, by admitting when they don't know, by guiding rather than pretending to be perfect. Truth builds trust, and trust builds growth. Moreover, speaking true nurtures self-respect. Every time you voice what is right, your inner confidence strengthens. You begin to live in harmony with your values. You stop wearing masks or bending your beliefs to fit in. Your speech becomes a reflection of your soul, honest, pure, and purposeful. To speak true is not only about what you say, but also how you live. Your actions, consistency, and integrity form the language that speaks louder than words. Keynote 1. Standing tall, the power of integrity and self-belief. Expanded, 600 words. To stand tall is to live with a sense of purpose, confidence, and unshakable integrity. It is the ability to stay upright in a world that constantly tries to bend you, to hold your values firm when convenience tempts you to compromise, and to walk with dignity even when the path beneath your feet feels uncertain. Standing tall is not a matter of height, it is a measure of strength, not the kind that shouts loudly, but the kind that stays silent and steady when storms arrive. In the journey of life and education, every person faces trials that test their posture, moments of failure, rejection, or misunderstanding. These moments are not designed to break you, they are crafted to build you. Standing tall means learning to rise each time you stumble, with lessons carved into your soul and courage stitched into your character. When the world says, "You can't," those who stand tall quietly respond, "Watch me." They understand that self-belief is not arrogance, it is alignment, a deep awareness of one's worth and capacity. Integrity is the backbone of standing tall. Without it, even success collapses under its own weight. To live with integrity means to do what is right when no one is watching, to remain honest in the smallest choices, and to never trade truth for temporary comfort. Education teaches knowledge, but integrity shapes wisdom. A student who stands tall in integrity refuses to cheat even when answers are within reach, because they know the real test is not on paper but within their conscience. A teacher, leader, or professional who stands tall inspires others not by perfection, but by principle. Standing tall also means owning your identity, embracing your uniqueness instead of blending into expectations. The world is full of voices that will try to tell you who you should be. But those who stand tall learn to listen to their own voice, the one that whispers, "You are enough." They do not bend to the noise of comparison or the pressure of conformity. They learn to take pride in their individuality, knowing that authenticity is their greatest asset. However, standing tall does not mean standing alone. It means standing firm while supporting others. A truly tall person helps others rise, not by towering over them but by lending a hand. In classrooms, communities, and workplaces, those who stand tall become pillars of trust and examples of perseverance. They motivate through action, not speech, through the quiet power of consistency and kindness. When you stand tall, you send a message without saying a word. Your posture reflects your principles. Your actions echo your beliefs. And your presence becomes a reminder that strength is not about dominance, it is about direction. The tallest trees are not those that grow fastest but those that root deepest. Like Keynote 3, Staying Humble, the Wisdom of Grounded Success. Expanded, 400 words. To stay humble is to remain grounded, no matter how high you rise. It is the quiet strength that keeps your achievements from overshadowing your humanity. Humility is not thinking less of yourself, it is thinking of yourself less, understanding that every success carries a story of effort, guidance, and support beyond your own. In education and in life, humility is the true measure of wisdom. Knowledge can fill the mind, but humility opens the heart. A humble learner never stops learning, because they know that mastery is not the end, it is a beginning. They listen more than they speak, observe before they judge, and appreciate before they criticize. Such people never let pride close the door to new understanding. They realize that every person, regardless of position or power, has something valuable to teach. Staying humble also means acknowledging the role others play in your journey. No achievement is ever built by one pair of hands. Teachers, mentors, family, and even challenges contribute to who we become. Gratitude keeps the heart soft, and humility keeps the ego in check. When we forget this, success turns into vanity, and learning turns into arrogance. But when we remain humble, every step forward becomes a shared victory. True humility does not mean shrinking yourself or hiding your strengths. It means using them to uplift others. A humble person leads through service, not status. They celebrate others' success as genuinely as their own. In classrooms, workplaces, or communities, humility creates unity. It transforms competition into collaboration, and leadership into inspiration. Most importantly, humility protects peace of mind. When you stay humble, you don't chase validation or fear comparison. You understand that worth is not measured by applause, but by authenticity. The humble individual walks confidently but gently, achieving greatness without demanding recognition. So, let your success make noise through your actions, not your arrogance. Let humility be the silent thread that holds your character together. For the tallest mountains touch the sky not by pride, but by standing firmly on the ground. To stay humble is to remember that learning never ends, that gratitude fuels growth, and that the most powerful hearts are often the most peaceful ones. Conclusion: the harmony of character: stand tall, speak true, stay humble. In the grand journey of life and learning, these three principles, stand tall, speak true, and stay humble, are not separate lessons, they are one continuous rhythm of growth. Together, they form the foundation of character, leadership, and wisdom. To stand tall is to hold your ground in integrity and believe in your purpose, even when the winds of doubt blow hard. To speak true is to let your words become mirrors of your values, guiding others through honesty and courage. And to stay humble is to remember that even when you stand tall and speak truth, your greatest strength lies in your ability to remain kind, teachable, and grateful. Education, at its heart, is not only about earning degrees or mastering skills, it is about shaping a mind that can think clearly, a voice that can speak courageously, and a heart that can stay gentle. When you combine these virtues, you do not just become successful, you become significant. The world today needs more individuals who can rise with integrity, communicate with sincerity, and lead with humility. It needs people who can stand tall without arrogance, speak true without fear, and stay humble without weakness. Every act of honesty, every moment of respect, and every humble step taken toward growth contributes to a world more balanced, more compassionate, and more wise. So as you walk forward into classrooms, careers, and communities, carry these three lessons like a compass. Stand tall in your values, speak true in your words, and stay humble in your victories. For when these three harmonize, you will not only reach your dreams, you will deserve them. Your greatness will not be measured by how high you climb, but by how firmly you stand, how truthfully you speak, and how gracefully you bow when the world applauds. Stand tall. Speak true. Stay humble. Let these words not just echo in your mind, let them live through your actions, every single day.